Hi, welcome back to Inner Peace Place. I'm Karen, and this is lesson number 20, and it's titled Create Peaceful Flow. With this work, we talk about personality self-decisions and how they're based in our past experiences, and our soul self decisions, which are moment to moment. So that would be, we're not using any fear-based past experience to make a decision in this moment. So peace and flow, peace is our natural state. It is who we are. It's where we come from. And to feel that we are working to obtain inner peace is not really very accurate, because it is our natural state. In an effort to find or remember a peace-filled life or peace-filled state of awareness, we don't have to give in to everything going on around us. It's not like you have to, sure, whatever, you guys, yeah, that sounds good to me. That's not going to bring you inner peace. We want to stay in a state of awareness of what makes us feel good, what makes us happy. We're choosing new eyes to look at the situations around us. So what we do is we're saying, I want to engage in activities and thoughts that create an energy of peaceful flow. Oh, that sounded pretty good, huh? And to do that, I want to see and be aware of what can bring that into my life. Because really, all of this is going on around us anyway. It's just that we're focusing on the chaotic energies. And with these new eyes, we are going to be aware of situations and energies, etc., that can bring us peace into our lives. Then we choose whether or not we want to focus on it. Again, no one's shoving this down your throat, and just because you've chosen this path doesn't mean you have to do it constantly. Some people can't. It's just too much. If you live in a really significantly chaotic environment, it would be very difficult to just jump in with both feet. How do you make a decision? Let's say something is happening and you're trying to decide if you want to partake or focus on it or whatever, because the ego and the personality self are habit-based, and so they want to latch on to the gossip or to the chaotic whatever's going on around you. They like it. They know it. They know that energy. They're comfortable in the chaotic energy. And what we're trying to say is that if you decide you don't want to focus on that chaos, you're giving it less energy awareness, less momentum. So, how do you know? So what I do is I'll say, which one makes me feel good? Do I feel calmer with this or that? Do I feel joyful with this or that? Happy? Do I feel uplifted? Which way feels more conflicted? So sometimes there's not a huge difference between the two. And that's okay, but just be aware of that, because in that situation, you can nudge it slightly more so in a peaceful direction. But that particular situation. So we don't want to avoid all conflict at any cost. That's not the role that you and I want to take in creating our peace-filled life. We want to say, I want to make decisions in the moment with the guidance of my higher self, soul self, whatever you want to call it. I choose that because when I don't know which direction to go in this particular situation or these thoughts that I'm having, the guidance can help you clarify it. One of the things I do is I ask for clarity a lot of the day. Clarity in relationship, clarity in thought, clarity in my comprehension of a particular thing that I'm working on. Clarity, clarity, clarity. Now, it doesn't say, give me the answer. That's not where I'm going with that. It's a clarity so that I can make the decision with a full deck of cards. I can see everything, my eyes are wide open. I can see it all, and I can make the decision because I have good clarity. If you're not ready to jump in with both feet to create peaceful flow in your life, respect that. There's a reason and a lesson. How fun is that? You have a lesson, and that's okay. That is the texture of your life. So nudging, finding little things to bite off, to work on, is going to be much more successful, and in the long run, as successful as someone who just stopped everything and was able to go a certain direction. Because when you build up walls of resistance, that is creating a flow of its own. And it's not a good flow. It's a downward spiral, hold it back kind of flow. I have a case in point here. We drive down a certain road, and I would see the names of the streets. I'm the passenger, and it's like there's this street sign that I just don't like. The name of the street is Slaughterhouse Road. Go figure. Why it even bothered me, why it came into my awareness, I have no idea. But every time we pass it, I would focus on it and go, oh, I don't want to focus on that. That doesn't bring me joy. For some reason, it really bothers me. And the very next road was called Promise Lane. I guess they were trying to make up for what they did with Slaughterhouse Road. But anyway, so day in, day out, we drive by and I go, oh, there's Slaughterhouse Road. And the very next day, or coming back the other direction, oh, there's Slaughterhouse Road. So I was building all of this energy, this anti-Slaughterhouse Road energy. Then I would see Peace Lane and go, Promise Lane, and say, oh, there's Promise Lane. You see, I wasn't giving very much energy to Promise Lane. I was giving all of this reactive energy to Slaughterhouse Road. Once I observed and thought about it, I had this realization that I had been giving so much energy into avoiding and not looking at that road. So at a certain time, I would see certain trees or whatever, and I go, oh, that road is coming up, so I'm not going to look that direction. I'm still doing the same thing. I'm creating all of this energy. So what I did is I started anticipating Promise Lane. I was excited to see the road sign Promise Lane. And after many drive-bys, I stopped thinking about Slaughterhouse Road. Totally stopped thinking about it. I was so focused on seeing Promise Lane that I had built up enough momentum for that high upward spiral energy to carry me through. It really works. This stuff really works. But it wasn't working when I was building up a wall. So if you're having trouble and you're allowing the distraction of not wanting to be in chaos consume you, step back and observe. Take a deep breath and see where the energy is housed in your body. Try to make a decision. Is this something I really don't want, or is it just kind of, it's okay? Then you want to see what habit that you have is reinforcing it. I had this habit of reinforcing the pushing it away. Push, 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 push. That is my habit. And once I went, oh, that's a habit that I have. Cool. So that means it can be broken. If it's something I do over and over and over again, that means it's something that I can watch and I can joyfully shift gently. So you want to ask for insights If you feel that you don't really know what you want to do about it, ask for help. If your current path has a lot of walls that you're needing to put up, perhaps you need to regroup. Because creating peaceful flow is about creating peaceful flow. It isn't about creating walls of protection. It's the opposite of that. You see, that Slaughterhouse Road was popping into my head, even when I wasn't driving anymore. It was very weird. So that was a very nice learning experience, black and white. Before and after, I was able to see the energies that I was creating to avoid something. When you find the environment is pushing you over the edge, be still for just a moment and see how you can modify it just a little. Not a lot, just a little bit, to bring you the joy that you can latch on to and focus on. Eventually, that will be what you're able to float with, floating down the river, instead of trying to fight against the rhythm of the river. I hope this resonated with you and that you'll join us in the next lesson. Don't forget, subscribe and click the bell and it'll notify you if there's another lesson that's been published. And you can always make comments. I enjoyed being with you, and I'll see you in the next video. Love and light to you and your path, and thank you for joining us. Bye-bye.